Hi, I'm Tyson Franklin, and my message in this video is I want everyone to stop marketing. Now, I know that might seem odd considering I run marketing workshops. And just so you know, my next one is on the Gold Coast on the 25th of June. Details are on my website. Just go to tysonfranklin.com. Now, what do I mean by stop marketing? I think a lot of clinics, a lot of businesses in general, they will continue to market because they're always chasing new patients, customers, or clients, which is something you should be doing. You should always be looking for new people to come into your business. But I think you also need to take a step back from marketing if you don't have some of the main processes, systems, and protocols in place. And what I mean by that is the whole onboarding process. When a new patient, customer, or client walks into your business, have you got things set up the correct way so that they're going to be looked after properly? Well, the whole experience from the time they walk through your doors, are greeted at the reception, whatever forms they need to fill in, whether it may even be they've already filled in a certain amount of information online. What is it you're then getting from them when they walk into your business, to the waiting area, to how they're then greeted from the podiatrist, or if it's another practitioner in your business? That whole process really needs to be sorted out, and everybody needs to be doing it the same way, whether it's the business owner, whether it's somebody that actually works for you. They all need to be following the same process. So every patient is looked after exactly the same way. Now, there's no point the business owner coming up with this amazing system on how they want people greeted when they walk into their business. But then the person who's at the reception counter says, no, I don't really want to do it that way. I want to do it my way. As soon as that happens, it's going to be problems. There's going to be inconsistencies. And it's the same thing as you greeting a patient, taking him into your room and running through a certain process or a certain system that you're going to follow. But people that work for you decide, no, I don't want to do that. I feel like you're restraining me if I actually follow that process. And the whole idea of following these processes is so that the patient experience is always the same and they're getting the same information. So when they actually leave your business, they're talking about your business in a positive way. And this is what I mean about stopping marketing is if you're grabbing a ton of money, throwing it into Google ads, and yes, you're getting a lot of phone calls, you're getting a lot of online bookings, people are coming into your business. What is your retention rate? How many of those people are reappointing for another appointment or coming back into your business for another service? What is the percentage? Do you know this percentage? Because this is something that you need to work out. These are the numbers of your business. So instead of just throwing money away on marketing and bringing in patients and then never seeing them again, you're better to have less patients coming in, making sure you're doing everything right, and then build on it basically from there. And when you've got all your processes right on how your patients are onboarded, how they're greeted, that whole patient experience, that whole wow effect that you're going to give them, then when the new patients come in, you'll have more and more people every time they're leaving your business. They are just talking about you in such a positive way. I talked about this. I think it'll be on an upcoming episode of Podiatry Marketing with Big Jim Mack and myself. It's about wowing patients. I'm not quite sure when that episode's coming out. And the next episode on Podiatry Legends podcast, my guest is Lucinda Mercer, which should be coming out tomorrow. And we touch on this as well. And she said a lot about herself where she doesn't do a lot of marketing right at the moment because she's still trying to work out those processes. I thought it was one of the smartest things that I'd heard, which is what prompted me to want to do this video, is because it is one of those things. So it's not just stop marketing, because every single thing you do is marketing. How you dress, the shirt that you're wearing, whether you've got your business name on them. This is all part of marketing. But stop just wasting money to attract new patients if you don't have things in place to make sure that they're looked after properly. Now, if you don't care about when patients come in, how they're treated, don't give a rat's. How anyone in your team looks after them, then just continue to do what you're doing. But I like to think the people that are watching my videos, that listen to the world's greatest podiatry podcast, that you do care. And if you do care, just look at those processes, make sure you've got them right. If you ever need a hand, please reach out to me. My email is tf@tysonfranklin.com and my website is tysonfranklin.com. Go and check it out. Last thing I just want to say, if you're enjoying these videos, please give it a thumbs up. Click the subscribe button so you do not miss any videos when they come out. But anyway, if you're enjoying these videos, please tell your friends they exist. And I'd love your feedback. There's a comment section down below. Click on the comments. Actually, give me a comment. Tell me what you actually think of these videos. And I'll have another one for you next week. Okay, look after yourselves. Bye.